Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? It is Tuesday, August 15th. We are literally halfway through the month. It's amazing how fast this year seems to be flying by, and it's probably because there is so much great theater happening. Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on right now. Welcome to This Week at the Theater, sponsored by SARTA, the Sacramento Area Regional Theater Alliance. I'm here each week to host this with you. I'm here a little earlier this evening because, as I said, there's so much going on in theater. I actually have to be at some theater tonight. Wow. You need to get out there. There's so many cool things going on. And I'm going to share some of that with you this evening because tonight, not only do I have the announcements for what's coming up and what's playing now and where the auditions are, but I have a community conversation for a show I got to see opening night last week. It was amazing, and I'm going to talk more about that when we get to it. So, welcome everybody. I'm glad to see all my theater nerds out there hanging out, trying to see what's coming up for theater. There's some cool auditions that are happening right now. I know some of them are for holiday shows, and I'm not talking Halloween. I'm talking Christmas. I know. I said the C word. We just blew right past the pumpkin spice lattes and right into the hot cocoa with the peppermint, right? It'll be here before we know it, y'all. So let's take a look at what's going on this week at the theater, sponsored by the Sacramento Area Regional Theater Alliance. We are SARTA. If you have not done so, please visit our website, sarta.com. There's all sorts of information there. You can even post what's going on at your theater on our website. We'll put it on our Facebook page. We put things on our Instagram. We put things up here on this Twitch show and tell everybody about it. And the cool thing is, you as a theater can actually get a membership and get even more perks because we've got some more things coming down the track for our member theaters. And I'll tell you about the membership benefits right now, not just as an individual, but if you're a business or another organization, or you're a theater, you can join SARTA and get some of the member benefits. Theaters and businesses will receive featured spaces on our website. You get your logos and promotion all over our media operations. So, just another way to help you advertise your theater and tell everybody about the amazing, outstanding, epic shows that you're doing. So subscribe now. Go to our website, check it out, think about it, and if you'd like to become a member, please do. We've got some discounts on SARTA-sponsored events, and we've got 2 of those coming up before the year is over. In fact, we're trying to see if we could maybe have 3 of those coming up before the year is over. So you'll have early bird access to tickets and things like that. For sure, we have a Tonight Starring coming up in September, and we've got another one of our cabarets coming up in November. So that's 2 more opportunities to get SARTA discount membership ticket prices and early bird access to the tickets so you don't miss out on getting a seat for some of the coolest things that are happening in town. So check it out. Check out our membership benefits on our webpage, and join us. Oh, speaking of joining us, if you're here with me right now, there's a little heart down there that you can tap so that you can favorite us, so that when I bring up Twitch and go to do this show, you'll get an announcement that tells you, hey, SARTA's doing something. They're about to tell us about amazing theater things that are going on, so I better get over there. Okay, so click that if you haven't done so already, and welcome to the feed. I've always start out by telling you about all the special events that are going on, because there are a number of different things that are going on at our theaters that you need to know about. And one of them is sponsored by us. I said earlier that we have another Tonight Starring coming up, and it's so cool. When we were approached with this idea by a brilliant producer, writer, actor in our area, and he said, I have this idea that people would really like to do a show but not have all the weeks of rehearsal and have to do it, several weekends in a row. Maybe just one night only, and it's their favorite piece. And we got a person to do that. We found a director. We had our inaugural one a while back, and then a whole cast, if you can believe it, a whole cast of people who had been in one show approached us about doing this show. So we went, okay, Let's get it. So, our next tonight's starring will be on September 17th at 7 p.m. at the Ooley Theater. It's titled Bull in a China Shop by Brenna Turner. I hope I just said her name right too. Brenna Turner. It's a staged reading and it's featuring Lindsay Ahern, Selena Bender, Sunny Crejo, Iris Garcia, and Kate Pratt. This crew were the ones who did Collective Rage, A Play in Five Bettys. They were amazing. And then they saw this and they went, we want to keep going. So for one night only, you can see this team of amazing women do a staged reading of Bull in a China Shop. So you know what? These are going to be some of those special membership prices that'll be out there for our SARTA members. You might want to check out the website, become a SARTA member, and get your tickets early for tonight's starring. Freefall Stage is having another one of their paint party fundraisers. This one's going to be on October 14th. And you know, one of the things about these paint party events that's so cool is you get a tangible thing to take home. You have this wonderful piece of artwork that you've created that you can either keep for yourself. I know I have several of them hanging in my office at my work, or you can give it to someone that you're thinking of when you do this piece, and they can have an original piece of art from you, and you can help a local community theater by showing up, getting your tickets for the paint party. They're going to have some dinner. It's going to be on a Saturday, October 14th. Tickets are only $39 for this, and you get your paint and your supplies, the instruction, dinner, and dessert for all of that. I don't know if you can do a better deal for a really fun evening out. So check them out, Free Fall Stage. You can go to their website and purchase your tickets for the October paint party dinner they're going to have. Here's another special event. It's a live performance based on the podcast from the Mochi Project. This is a Vacancy Arts Collective presentation, and it's an exploration of modern Japanese American identity. This is happening this coming weekend. This is Saturday, August 19th, and Sunday, August 20th. August 19th, it's at 8 p.m., and August 20th, it's at 2 in the afternoon. It's going to be at the Pamela Troransky Dance Workshop, 2720 Del Rio Place in Davis, California. So check out this performance showcase of play development, the Mochi Project. Constellation Theater also has a special event happening this weekend only on Saturday, August 19th at 7 p.m. This is sponsored by Roseville Theater Arts Academy, and for those of you who may not be familiar with these folks, they are one of our premier youth and young people's education theater producing groups here in our local area. They do amazing shows, and this one is, no less amazing. To school or not to school? Art is the question. By Constellation Theater this weekend, Saturday night only at 7 p.m. Go to the Roseville Theater Arts Academy website and get your tickets now. And if you feel like laughing, it's running right now. It'll start. Today's the 15th. It's starting in 2 days on the 17th, running through the 20th. So you've got 4 days to get down to B Street Theater for their new comedies festival. And this should be quite fun. An assortment of comedies presented at B Street Theater on the Van Voris main stage. So it's going to be a bigger production. Get your tickets now for a weekend of good laughs. And I mean, let's face it, as warm as it is outside right now in our area, you want to be in a theater. It's much cooler. And you get to laugh. All right, those are the special events, and I really do hope that you'll have a chance to book some time to get out to some of those. If not, and you're just looking for something to sign up for because you're jonesing to get back on the stage, get those resumes and headshots together because it's time to talk about some auditions. So here's our first one, which is happening on August 23rd and 24th. They're hosting auditions for the McLaughlin Theater Company's production of Into the Woods. Now, this has become a favorite over the years. And, Stephen Sondheim's music is just amazing at any given time. So you've probably heard it. You probably have enjoyed it. Get yourself together and get out there. They're looking for people ages 10 to adults. The auditions are the 23rd and 24th with 2 time slots per day, either 5 o'clock or 6:30. Pardon me. Now, remember, you probably don't have to go to both of them or anything like that, but you probably do need to make a reservation. So you want to go to their website and make sure you sign in to get your reservation. Let them know you're coming for an audition. They want you to prepare a 60 to 90 seconds of any song written by Stephen Sondheim or similar musical difficulty. YouTube karaoke track accompaniments. You can bring your own, musical background to accompany you. This is a main stage musical. So acceptance into this cast is based on the audition. So if you don't audition, you don't get in. They want to see your face in the place. So go audition for Into the Woods. I told you they're starting to audition for the holiday events. They're auditioning for Nutcracker this weekend. August 19th and 20th. They're auditioning McLaughlin Theater Company, their studio of dance, for the Nutcracker. Now, I don't know about your family, but for our family, this was always one of those classics. If you didn't go every year, you went every other year or something like that, to go and see this, because it kind of wasn't the holiday seasons until you saw the Nutcracker. And if you had friends like we did, somebody's child was in the production or helping with the production or making costumes for the production or doing staging and background stuff for the production. It's always been about the production of it, whether you're front of the house or back of the house. Nutcracker is so much fun, and the story is just timeless. So if you want to be in this one, get your dancing shoes out and get ready. Contact McLaughlin Theater Company and reserve your time to audition for the Nutcracker this weekend, August 19th and 20th. It's coming up. Actually, I guess that's not really the weekend anymore, because let's see. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is the 19th and Sunday's the 20th. So it is this weekend. And then the shows will start on December 8th. So you've got a while to get your practicing in. So secure your audition slot. More auditions that are happening out there. This one is tomorrow. One is tomorrow, and the other one is going to be on Saturday of this week. Wednesday, August 16th at 6:30, and then Saturday, August 19th at 6 p.m. All the auditions are being held at Epic Bible College and Graduate School. This play is rated R for sexual assault content and strong language. It's called Help Me, and it really deals with looking carefully at how women are treated when faced with sexual advances of men. So, a heavy topic, but one that needs to be talked about, and, education that needs to happen. So looking at this play, consider if this is going to be something for you, and then contact them over at Epic Bible College. This is put on by Free Fall Stage. Go to their website, Free Fall Stage, and sign up for your time to audition for Help Me, which is inspired by the Me Too movement. Here's a fun show that's coming up. This one is School of Rock, and this one's being hosted by the Woodland Opera House. If you've ever been out there to see a show, they put on amazing shows at the Woodland Opera House, and this one is going to be no less amazing. I can only imagine. The auditions for this cast are happening on August 27th and 28th at 7 p.m. So make sure you get your appointment for an audition. You want to be part of School of Rock. This one's going to be performing from November 17th through December 10th. So you've got some time to get down there and get your audition in. They're going to be auditioning folks at the Dance Annex, 520 Court Street in Woodland, California. So get a chance to get down there. Come on. They're going to do callbacks on Tuesday, August 29th. You want to be a part of that. School of Rock should be fun. Roseville Theater Arts Academy is holding another audition. This time they're auditioning folks for their annual gala. This will be the third time they are putting on this Champagne Gala, and they always do a really big production. The galas are always fundraisers for the programs, and this one's going to be, auditions are on September 16th at 1 o'clock. It's time to audition for them out in Roseville. The Champagne Gala is always choreographed and directed by Gerald Bolden, music direction by Jennifer Vaughn. It should be quite fun. They're going to have all their tech rehearsals and everything lined up. So if you want to be a part of this, please, please, please help Roseville Theater Arts Academy do some amazing fundraiser and be part of their big gala event. It's always quite the celebration. Auditions on September 16th. More auditions, and this actually started last night, but it will continue through this evening, 7 o'clock, 1616 Del Paso Boulevard, in the art gallery space next door to Big Idea Theater. They're holding auditions for the Rocky Horror Show. I don't know about you, but this is kind of one of my favorite shows. I live for October because there's so many great things that come along. Evil Dead the Musical, the Rocky Horror Show. It's wonderful. You can entertain yourself with so many of these classics. This has become a classic. Let's face it, you guys. When did this come out? 1975 was when the movie actually premiered, and it had been playing in London already. So, it's been a part of our pop culture for ages and ages and ages. And Green Valley always puts on their different twist to what they want to see for Rocky. So if you want to audition, tonight's the last night. Get your shoes together and get down there, because they're auditioning tonight at 7 o'clock. 1616 Del Paso Boulevard in the art gallery next to Big Idea Theater. You all know how to do the time warp. Come on. If you think you're funny, you can join the improv group Shark Sparkly for auditions on Monday, August 21st. This is in another few days, at the Sierra 2 Center, 2791 24th Street. They're in room 13, which is up on the second floor, but it's fully accessible. They have elevators in the building, so no worries if you want to go and audition for this. And the auditions are going to include warm-ups and exercises and short-form games and things like that to sort of get your creative juices flowing when you're out there improvising. So, Empire Launchpad, Sierra 2 Center on 24th Street, room 13 upstairs, Monday, August 21st at 7 o'clock. Go audition. You know you're funny. And here's an audition. I know it's not until October, but they wanted to get the information out there early. Community Asian Theater of the Sierras, CATS, puts on maybe 1 or 2 shows a year. And this one is amazing. They did it before, but it's been years since they put this show on stage. And last time they put it on stage, it was just amazing and spellbinding and wonderful. And for those of you old-time SARTA folk who remember us when we did the Ellie Awards, this one won 3 different Ellies for, just being amazing theater. So, Snow Falling on Cedars, written by David Gerson. The auditions for this are going to be October 8th, 9th, and 10th. The show is going to run next year, 2024, in April and May. So plenty of time to work on this. Community Asian Theater of the Sierras, CATS, you can go to their website, catsweb.org. This is in Nevada City. So if you're up in that area or you don't mind traveling a bit, audition for this show. They're celebrating their 30th year. That's what's coming up for auditions, but let's take a look at what's playing right now, because there's some great shows going on out there. Green Valley Theater Company is presenting its production of The Old Man and the Old Moon, which is a music book and lyrics by Pigpen Theater Company. This is playing through this coming weekend. This is the final weekend. So if you haven't gotten your tickets and you haven't seen this show, you should get them now. It's been selling out. They were adding chairs on Sunday's show. It was kind of amazing. So started on July 28th, but it's playing through the 20th, so you've still got plenty of time. In fact, I do believe there are 2 matinees this weekend, so you've got several chances to see this great show by the Green Valley Theater Company. This one's actually being produced in Big Idea Theater. Thank you, Big Idea Theater, for being willing to share space with other theater companies. That's kind of what we do now. It's expensive, and we know this. It's expensive to host a building. You have to pay for all of that space. So if you can help out other theater companies by letting them do things in your theater space, then that's very cool to be able to do that. So The Old Man and the Old Moon at Big Idea Theater. I have another one I want to share with you really quickly that I got. I always say we get things in the mail, and we get all these different pieces that have come up that people are telling us about, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's happening too, and you have to go, yes, that's happening too. Where was it? I will find it while we talk about a few other things. Let's move on from The Old Man and the Old Moon to Aladdin. This is playing right now at Sutter Street Theater through August 20th. This is its final weekend, so if you have people who would like to go see A Whole New World, they can go see Aladdin. This is Disney Junior. Aladdin's production is happening on Saturdays and Sundays at 1 o'clock at Sutter Street Theater. We just asked for auditions for these folks here. Sharks Barkley is having their improv comedy show this coming Saturday. There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Have you noticed that? There's a ton of things going on this weekend. Anyway, this weekend at Sierra 2 Center, room 13 upstairs, their tickets, it's a very cool way that they've done their ticketing, because it's called Pay What You Can, which I think is really, really cool. You make sort of a donation for your ticket. So even if you can't afford, $30 ticket for an evening of comedy, and I don't know about you, but if you've gone to some of the comedy shows, they can be kind of pricey for your entry tickets, and then, you're getting drinks and all kinds of other things. Well, this was just an evening of comedy, and you pay what you can. And there's no, 2-drink minimum. Yay. So help them out. Go and see this show. You get an evening of laughter, and they get people to see their great productions over at Empire Arts Collective. Here's another show that also deals with a bit of a heavy subject, so they've got some, notes on it to warn you a little bit. It is called Assassins. Music and lyrics are by Stephen Sondheim, and the book's by John Wiedemann, but it does post a trigger warning. It's rated R. The story contains some violent content, and including, some really sensitive topics, racial topics. There's profanity. Anyone under 17 has to come with a parent or guardian. So this is not for the kids. This is for, the grown-ups, and it's talking about very adult topics, kind of sometimes very heavy topics. So Assassins should be kind of amazing. This is running also through this weekend, August 19th, Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 2, and again at 7:30, and then Sunday at 2 o'clock at the MAC, 10191 Mills Station Road in Rancho Cordova. Woodland Opera House is presenting its production of the SpongeBob Musical. Now, come on. Everybody wants to run off to Bikini Bottoms and hang out with SpongeBob and Patrick and all of their crazy friends. So you can do this through August 27th. Get your tickets at the Woodland Opera House website for the SpongeBob Musical. I was talking with someone who saw this show the other day, and they said it was outstanding, amazing, couldn't stop spewing praises for it. It's called Chef, and it's a California Stages presentation. It is a Fringe First Award winner, so wonderful production here starring Jude Owens. It's playing through the 27th, so you have even another weekend to get a chance to go and see this. It's on Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. and then again at Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Three Penny Theater. They are part of the R and 25th Street complex, where there's California Stage in the Wilkerson. The Three Penny is their smaller theater over there. 1725 25th Street. There's parking all around the place, so it's not even a hassle trying to go to a downtown theater if you want to go and see this. And the tickets are only $15 each. So what a good deal to be able to go and see this award-winning play, Chef, starring Jude Owens, this weekend and next weekend at the Three Penny Theater. We have The Play That Goes Wrong. This opened on August 9th and is playing through September 10th. And if you like farce, if you like funny, this should be right up your alley. The Play That Goes Wrong is an amazing comedy, and it's running right now at the B Street Theater. So get your tickets. Get your tickets. Well, that's what's happening right now. But coming up, we've got a lot more. And that's why I had to grab my phone, because I got one today that I didn't even have a chance to put into the show because I just got the announcement for it. This is coming from, let's see, who is this? Lights, Camera, Action, a tribute to movie musicals at the Ooley Theater. This is presented by Prism Theater Troupe, and the Ooley is at 2007 28th Street in Sacramento. It says, please step into a world of cinematic enchantment with Lights, Camera, Action, a tribute to movie musicals presented by Prism Theater Troupe at the Ooley Theater in Sacramento. Following their triumphant sold-out performances of Miscast Cabaret, Prism is back to dazzle audiences once again. So get ready to be transported to the silver screen as Prism creates the magic of movies on the stage. It'll be an evening of entertainment that's sure to delight to both devoted fans and newcomers alike. Directed by Francis Branks in a collaboration with Elise Hodge and EMH Productions. So this should be so fun. And tickets are on sale right now. You can also get tickets from them for a live stream. So if you need to or want to stay home, you and a friend can sit at home and watch this, because they live stream from the Ooley Theater, which is, something we learned how to do during the pandemic to keep theater happening for people. So take advantage of all of that. Check out the EMH Productions website or go to the website for the Ooley Theater and get your tickets for Lights, Camera, Action, a tribute to the movie musicals. So that's coming soon. Oh, I didn't give you the dates, did I? Hang on a second. Let me give you the dates for that. September 8th, 9th, and 10th. So, coming up in a few weeks, September 8th, 9th, and 10th. So let's see what else is coming soon. We've got Clydes by Lynn Notage, directed by Anthony Dewan. This is opening on August 23rd and will be playing through September 24th. It was a Tony Award nominee for Best Play and the New York Times Critics Pick. Its Sacramento premiere is happening this August. So this is a comic drama. So if you're looking for an evening of great entertainment and some smiles, you might want to check out Clydes at Capitol Stage. Coming to Chautauqua Playhouse, I love the pictures with this. We have Dracula. It's going to be opening on August 24th and playing through September 24th. Looks very menacing, right? So get your tickets early for this wonderful dramatic performance at Chautauqua Playhouse of Dracula. We've also got an opening night for Lincoln Theater Company of Fiddler on the Roof. They're going to start their production on September 15th and run through October 1st. Friday and Saturday evenings and Saturday and Sunday matinees at the Lincoln Civic Auditorium. This is on 511 5th Street, Lincoln, California. They're going to have a gala on opening night with champagne and stuff, so you might want to get your tickets early so you can go to the gala. That sounds like a wonderful time. They're even going to have a dessert buffet at intermission, so get your tickets for the gala night and go see Fiddler on the Roof. This is another classic one. There's another theater company that's going to be bringing this in, I do believe, next year. So, great shows with great people. Volcano Theater Company is going to be opening its production called Blithe Spirit. This is a Noel Coward comedy on September 15th, running through October 15th. So you've got all of our wonderful, more gothic, macabre, dark comedies are coming up. It's getting toward fall. It's time for the holiday season. I know several of us have taken the leap into Halloween already mentally, so it's okay. But this is a classic, and you're going to want to see it, and tickets are available. So make your plan. Go up to Volcano if you've never been there. It's a lovely place to go see theater, and they have 2 different theaters. They have a big outside amphitheater, and they have this wonderful little cobblestone theater on their main street. So much fun to check this place out. Here's another one that's fun. All of you are now having the music go through your head. I know you're dancing to Footloose. You're doing your best Kevin Bacon moves. Go ahead, because Roseville Theater Arts Academy is bringing Footloose to their main stage. This is produced and directed by Colton Archie with musical direction by Jennifer Vaughn. And the tickets went on sale on August 3rd, and I have a feeling they'll probably sell out really quickly. So if you want to go see Footloose, you might want to get your tickets for this right now. Playing September 15th through September 23rd. Winters Theater Company also has its production of The Miracle Worker, which is a story of Anne Sullivan and Helen Keller. This is based on a play by William Gibson, and it's coming in November 10th through November 18th at the Winters Theater Company, The Miracle Worker. And of course, I know it's in the next year, but you know what? Next year will be here before you know it. So, don't even think about it. It's going to turn up really quickly. You want to go and see Snow Falling on Cedars. This is going to be an amazing production by Community Asian Theater of the Sierras. They put on outstanding shows. This one will be playing next year, 2024, April through May. So think about it now. It'll be coming soon, and we'll let you know when tickets go on sale for Snow Falling on Cedars. I've still got one announcement for volunteers needed, and I'm going to announce it this week, and then I will probably check with the theater and see if they got someone. But Placer Community Theater is looking for a stage manager. So if you can do this, their show starts September 9th for a 3-week run, and it does include a stipend. So, you could make a little bit of extra money on this and help a theater out by stepping up and being a stage manager for them. They could really use that. So if this is something that you think would be for you, please contact the folks up at Placer Community Theater and let them know you'd be interested in being a stage manager for them. Everybody sees what goes on front of the stage, but the things that go on behind the stage are equally, if not more important, because if there's not somebody doing stage managing and lighting and sound, we can't see or hear any of our actors. So, really important position, Placer Community Theater. You want to do this, please, please, please. Okay, I have got a community conversation for you, so give me a moment. I'm going to switch gears here, and I will put my Be Right Back, because I will be right back with the cast from Angel County. Thank you for waiting. I'm so happy you stuck around. I've got a community conversation to share with you that's really going to be so good. This time, I had the privilege of chatting with three of the people from this amazing cast. This show is called Angel County and it's written by a local guy named Shane Robert, and it stars 11 outstanding actresses. And I got the privilege of sitting and chatting with three of them this week. This show, I got to go and see it on its opening night, and I gotta tell you, I'm not often moved to tears by a lot of theater, but this one did that. It's one of those stories that most people can relate to, but because it looks at the trials and tribulations of friends and loved ones as we move through the stages and stages of our life. Angel County, I went in not knowing what to expect and came out absolutely delighted. So I really want to share with you the discussion that I had with these great actresses from the show. So let's switch gears a moment and we'll give you our community conversation with three of the cast from Angel County. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another community conversation sponsored by the Sacramento Area Regional Theater Alliance. I have the privilege of being here today with part of the cast from a show called Angel County that's playing right now at the Ooley Theater, 2007 28th Street in Midtown. It's a great little intimate theater. If you've never been there, you need to go. You need to go see this show. So I'm here with Michaela and Stacy and Bernie. And you know what? They're not the only ones from the cast. I don't think I could get them all on the screen. So these three lovely folks have decided to come and share with us today. So thank you and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to toss out some questions, and whoever would like to start answering, jump in there, share, because I want you to really tell everybody how amazing this show is. By the way, I already saw it. Pretty good. So I want to start with, give us your name, tell us a little bit of your background coming to theater, and then why this play? I always like to know why actors go out for a play. So Stacy, why don't we start with you and then we'll work our way around.
That sounds wonderful. I am Stacy and I play young Sophia, and I was listening to my cat's meow, so can you please remind me what else you wanted me to talk about? I'm so sorry.
No worries. Give some background as to how you ended up in theater, because we always like to know how'd you get here, and then why this play.
Okay. I have a funny story. I took 4 years of theater in high school, but then I became a teacher. And as a teacher, one of my students was in shows, and her mom was in a show and said, we just started chatting, and she's like, you don't have to audition for this, just come and join us. So I actually started in musical theater. And that's kind of how I got started in community theater as a grown person. So that was fun. And then this show, I had many friends who were like, coming off of a run, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do anything. And I had a few people who were like, come out, just audition, just do it, just do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I read the script and I liked it. It's a strong female cast, friends going through decades of their life. And I read it. It was lovely. And I actually got to audition with the lovely Michaela. And everybody's response was so wonderful. Everybody there was so wonderful. Everyone was so encouraging and so lovely. And it was just such a great energy and vibe. And the director, Shane, who also wrote Angel County, is so wonderful. He's so passionate. He's such a great writer, such a great director, and he let us have something. But so it was just a beautiful experience. So that's why I came out. Sorry, I gave too much.
No, that was perfect. There's no such thing as giving too much. You can tell your enjoyment from how much you're sharing. Thank you for sharing that. And who would like to go next? Bernie, Michaela, which?
Would you like me to?
Sure.
So I did not take theater arts in high school until I was a junior. I actually was in basketball and ran track. I was raised with three brothers, and my dad was a coach, and none of us did, music stuff or acting stuff. And so I actually had an elementary school teacher walk by me one time when we were singing some song in elementary school, and she said, "I think you could be a singer." And I just kind of laughed. Nobody in my family did this sort of stuff. So my junior year, somebody dared me to audition for Oklahoma, and I got the part of Ada Annie. And that started me. That just changed the trajectory of my life. I was going to be a court reporter, and instead I wound up majoring in theater arts at San Diego State, earned my teaching credential and taught 3 years down there, came back up here, earned my master's and taught years here, taught in LA. I've been going back and forth between doing my own acting and then loving and growing my theater arts programs for my high school students and middle school students. And so more recently, I was a care provider for my family, and my brother who I was caring for passed in September. And so it's now given me time to open myself back up to doing theater arts. So I've been on a hiatus for a while. I did do a show in the fall, Ghost of Woodland Opera House. And then this is my next step to moving on with more acting projects, and I'm feel very grateful to have the opportunity to have the time to pursue my own acting now. And why Angel County? Oh my gosh, when I saw the opportunity to do an 11-woman show, I had to give it a chance. And the last time I did an all-female show was Steel Magnolias years ago at Summer Repertory Theater in Santa Rosa. And this cast is amazing. They're so beautiful to work with. Everybody brings their own huge amount of talents and their hearts for the characters. Shane's a very sensitive and very caring playwright and director, and he's just brought out this female experience in such a beautiful way. The characters have been just wonderful to develop and grow. Stacy plays one of the younger versions of me, and we both have a teen version of our character as well.
Awesome. And then Bernie, same questions. How did you come to acting, and why Angel County?
Yeah, I love to start this answer with always telling people that it was because of a Macklemore music video, and a friend tweeted it and was like, "There's an open casting call out in Jack London Square in Oakland." And so me and a friend, we skipped class to go be a part of the music video, and being a part of that production and that set and seeing all the hard work put behind it is what inspired me to be a part of more productions like that. And so living in the Bay Area, I did a lot of background for different TV shows and then some feature films. And then when I moved to Sacramento about 2 years ago, I moved here with my partner, didn't know anyone, and I was really seeking community. And there was an acting class at STC, and it was theater focused, but I was wanting to dive back into acting after the pandemic, and to improve myself. And so I took that class. I met a professor that teaches at ARC, was invited to do Men on Boats there, then was a part of that production, and then met other people, which is I think so amazing about the Sacramento community out here, is just people want to support each other and love sharing opportunities. And then that's also how I met Elise, who is managing Ooley Theater and just is such a wonderful woman. After a closing night of Waiting for Godot, which was the last show I was in, there's this restaurant that a lot of actors go to afterwards, and I met her there, and she said, "You look like you could play a teen. Do you want to come out to auditions?" And so I went out, and the space that she's creating at the Ooley Theater is such a beautiful space. As soon as I stepped in, I felt very safe. It feels like such a safe environment to be creative, to be vulnerable. which, for the auditions, like it's such a vulnerable and sensitive piece that Shane wrote, that having that space, but also the women surrounding us, it it was just something that I knew I wanted to be a part of. And if I were to be offered the role, that I would absolutely accept it.
Awesome. Awesome. And just for some background for folks, now that they've heard from each of you, how many women are in this show? Or what somebody
11. There are 11 women in the cast.
This is an amazing show. And as Bernie mentioned, and Stacy too, it takes you through decades of the lives of these women who are getting together, sometimes whether they like it or not, to experience life and share these moments and what's going on. And you have your triumphs and your tragedies and everything else along the way. And it's just such a wonderful, each stage of the lives of the Sophias is wonderful. And all of the other actors in this really bring to life all of these different transitions that you go through in life with your friends. And it's so powerful, so very powerful. So I want to have someone talk to me about what's the run of your show. This is your commercial, so I want you to go ahead and do it. So how long are you playing?
We are playing the next 2 weekends. So this weekend, we start Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have shows at 8 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we also have 2 p.m. It's from August 17th. And then our closing show is August 26th.
Awesome. So you still have time to get out there and get your tickets to see this amazing show. They said the opening night audience was pretty awesome, and I was there on opening night. So I got in to see it right away. It's totally worth your time. You need to see all of this talent. Is there anything else you want to share about the show, about your favorite moments in it that can pique some interest, get some people out there? We want to get some people in those seats so they can see your amazing show. Favorite moments, most touching piece that you get to do?
Well, I have a monologue that sometimes within just builds a great deal of emotion. Not sometimes, every time I'm performing it. And I was concerned, actually, after I got cast. It was a role that was interesting to me, but I was concerned after this particular monologue that you'll see when you come see the show, that's extremely emotional. And when I saw how many times we perform on Saturday, I'd be worried, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna wipe me out for those 2 days. But it's just interesting how with the support of such a wonderful cast and the support of wonderful director and like Bernie alluded to, Elise, who owns that theater, the Ooley Theater, they just create such a safe and positive space that even when portraying such emotional pieces, you have time to regain your composure and get it back together, and then come back and do it again another night. So that was for me, that's the most touching. But I also love in Act 1, which I am not a part of. Some of us are only in Act 2, some are only in Act 1, depending upon our age group that we're in. And in Act 1, there's some very compelling scenes where I just think the audience is going to be really interested in seeing it live.
Yeah, absolutely. Stacy, I saw you light up there. You had something you wanted to share. Go ahead.
Oh yes. Micaela's, it's beautiful what she does. I was in Steel Magnolias a few years ago, and it's comparable to that. It's very heartwarming, very strong, very moving, very beautiful speech that she gives, and it's just, she performs it so well. And it's just, unfortunately I don't get to see it, but I get to hear it each night, and it's so well done. And the middle Sophia that she plays, she just does it so well. She's so beautiful in it. The way she brings out the character, the way that she embodies her is just so lovely. And the same with Bernie. Bernie is just amazing. Bernie plays Teen Doris, and she does such a great job. She has these heartfelt lines and these moments. And again, I don't get to see that, but sometimes I do when I'm waiting. And it's so lovely to watch and to listen to as well. And it's just such a strong cast. Everybody brings so much, and we feel like a family, and I feel like that's what everybody brings, and that's what we're showing the audience, these connections, the love, sometimes the fighting, which everybody goes through with their friends, and it's just these pivotal moments in your life that when you watch, you can truly connect to and you can truly understand. And I think that's what the opening night audience felt, especially. They were laughing and crying and going, oh man, and just and just bringing so much out in it that just was so lovely. And that's why it's wonderful to have those live audiences and have people in the seats to come and see, not just because everybody in the show is doing such a great job. It's having that audience there to react to and to laugh. It just brings the energy out in us so that we can bring the energy out into these characters.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. That's the important thing about getting an audience there.
Yes.
Is because they, you as an actor, and I've been on stage too, you feed off that energy. You're like, well, I think this line is funny. But when someone laughs, it's like, oh, that line is funny. Yay, and they enjoyed it, So yeah, I understand what you're saying when you say you feel the energy coming back off your audience. Absolutely.
I was really curious to see how men would respond to this show, because there's 11 women-centric friendships, of course, and I had 3 different male friends come on separate nights. One is a former colleague of mine in the music department at a high school where I recently retired from, but he loved it, and he actually used the word compelling when he was talking about the storyline, and was so impressed with Sean's writing and how he seemed to capture the female relationships. How he absolutely captured female relationships and characters, and so we've been getting positive feedback from men too. So to the viewers out there, it's not just for women, although it is women-centric storyline.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. I think even if you're a guy watching this, you can see the women in your life who are traveling through all these different dimensions that are going on. And I have to say, I think one of the most impressive things for me, just watching this, was how seamless the threads from your teen years with you, Bernie, and Maya. That was Maya with you, right? Yeah. Yep. To those middle years when you all got together again in your age range, Stacy, to when you moved to where you were, Michaela. And then, there is yet another scene as they move through this. And you're just like, wow, by the time you get to the end, we've traveled it with you. And it is such a beautiful journey that you took us on. Compelling, good word, really good word for that. Absolutely. Bernie, any last thoughts from you before we take off for the evening?
Yeah, I mean, you spoke about it, this ability to see people's lives in the past and the present, and I think that every person could resonate with one of the characters, and I think that's the beautiful part, is that when and because I come up in the flashback, so I do have time to really sit and hear, and in the rehearsal process be able to see these women perform. But I think like being able to watch them, you start to think about the people who are important in your lives, whether it's past friendships or current ones, and you start to think about, I think, at least for me, it's about how do I cherish what I have, and how do I make these relationships meaningful, because it deals, the story deals with loss and love, and Shane, the writer, director wrote or dedicated this to his 2 grandmothers, which I think is really special. So I think you'll be able to see, if you come to the show and watch it, and I hope you do, you'll be able to see that not only your friendships in these characters, but the real life friendships that the cast and crew have actually made behind the scenes, because we're all hands on deck. We really like we're helping each other in the back with quick changes and props and all of that. So it'll be a joy to see.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Michaela, Stacy, Bernie, thank you so much for taking your time out today to come and join us and tell people about the amazing show you're doing. Remember, this is Angel County. It's playing right now through the 27th of August at the Ooley Theater, 2007 28th Street, Midtown. It's right up the street from some really nice restaurants. Go have dinner, go see the show. You'll make an evening of it, and it'll be worth your while. Ladies, thank you so much. Continue to have an amazing run. We appreciate all you out there who join us for these community conversations. And we thank all of our theater folk for making the Sacramento Community Theater so vibrant and so lively. Angel County, go see this show. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Iris.
you.
Thank you.
Angel County. It was amazing. I can't say enough about how cool this show is, except that you should just get some tickets and go see it. So, all right, you theater nerds, come on, go see an amazing show with an outstanding cast, absolutely outstanding cast. EMH Productions. Well, this is usually where I tell you, if you haven't followed us, you need to follow us. And I'm going to tell you that again. Please follow us on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, Sarda Theaters. We are also on YouTube, which is where I upload these recordings of our Twitch feeds. So if you've got friends who you want to tell them, hey, I heard a community conversation about this amazing show that's happening. It's going to be archived on Twitch. It'll be archived here, but only for 2 weeks. That's why I put it up on YouTube also. So you can go to YouTube, find Sarda Theaters on YouTube. We have all of our Twitch broadcasts archived there, including these that contain community conversations, so that you can find them again. Send the link to friends that you say, hey, listen to the details on this great show that's happening, so that they can share it too, okay? Each week I tell you I appreciate you so much. I hope you're going to go out and see some amazing theater. This is just one of the amazing shows that's going on right now. I know I use that word a lot. I need to use another word. Epic, outstanding, incredible. There you go. Incredible is a good word. There's sometimes not enough descriptors for how you feel walking out of a moving performance that's been on stage. And I hope you can go and have that experience this weekend somewhere with someone. Share it, talk about it, tell somebody this is a great piece of theater and you need to go and see it. And if I see you out there, please say hi, because I absolutely love that. And I do hope I will see you at the theater. All right? Have a great week. I'm going to come back and do that community conversation again this week because I think it's worth repeating. See you guys. Bye.